gentlemen, things are heating up here at UK Fighting Championships. We have an amateur women's flyweight title bout. Fighting out of the red corner in the pink and gray camo aspires Dakota Ditcheva, puts her 2-0 record against SBG Dublin 24's Shauna Bannon. A 4-2 record for her, and we start exchanging leg kicks.
And I'm excited to see this striking exchange between the two. Dakota, well known for that Muay Thai background, a record I believe of 11-1-1. Her mum was a pro fighter as well. She's a very similar style. But Shauna Bannon, I called a number of her fights at the IMAFs, some in Europe and then some at the Worlds, and she impressed me so much. I believe she medalled, but I saw at least 2 fights that she won, and the way she won them was with aggression and excellent striking as well on her side as well. So I'm very, very excited to see this title fight.
Shauna taking one of those tools away from her straight away. Shauna is the more aggressive of the two. She's initiated the clinch up against the cage and is not giving Ditcheva any room to move.
Ditcheva, still only young, 20, 21 years old, I believe. But she is now under the tutelage of the Aspire Gym, looking to make this move into mixed martial arts. And Dean Garnett obviously there, but got a lot of credit to Phil Turner, the jiu-jitsu coach over there. I really don't give him credit enough. He is a phenomenal coach. And you see what he does with the likes of Liam McCracken, Mohamed Mokayev, Marlon Jones, who we'll see in action in a bit. And he is also working very hard with Dakota, evolving her skills and turning her from just that stand-up striker into that mixed martial artist.
But then we look at the other side of the coin in the SBG Dublin labs. She's got Paddy Houlihan in there. You know, UFC's one of the most inspiring fighters we saw in the UFC. Politician. There's nothing this guy doesn't do.
Author.
He is as intelligent as he is tough, and I imagine that he's going to give that to his fighters.
And I also saw a great relationship. He's a big part of the Irish team out there for the IMAF WMMA World Championships, Euros, and he had an excellent relationship with Shauna, really understood his fighter, and they worked well together.
Both ladies working hard at close quarters, working in the clinch. A separation there, and Dakota lands a shot. Shauna catches the can. Shauna barrels in like neither of these women are willing to give an inch.
Oh, now looking to catch the kick and come with that overhand right. Shauna with slightly more experience as far as mixed martial arts, but you can't discredit that, or you cannot. It's not a tangible thing, the amount of experience that coming from a fighting family, as well as having the experience in Muay Thai. 14-15 Muay Thai fights will give Dakota as well, so what a fight we have in front of us, Steve.
Absolutely, and that 3 minutes has flown by. It's been, cagey's not the word, but it's been tight. It's been a close round.
And a lot of it has been contested within that clinch. Both of them are trying to get the dominant positions in that clinch. Shauna closing the distance early on, forcing it up against the cage. Dakota, though, very good Thai plum, because you saw that at the end of that round. Very strong in that position as well. So still all to play for, Steve.
Absolutely, and of course, as this is for the UK Fighting Championships Amateur Women's Flyweight title, we're going 5 3-minute rounds. So we've just given them a chance to feel each other out over the first 3 minutes.
And now it is about the adjustments. Skill set wise, they've got a very similar style, but I think you can see the game plan of Bannon wanting to close that distance, maybe try and get it to the Matt Tester on the ground, see how much she's been able to learn under the watchful eye of Dean Garnett and Phil Turner.
Well, I think Bannon's strategy in the first round was spot on. She set the pace to start the round.
Also Daz Morris in the corner there, long-time trainer of Dakota. Oh, a nice leg kick there, that one hurt. Again working that lead thigh.
And in on the clinch straight away. Shauna Bannon. And just with 2 shots, you can see that the left thigh of the SBG Dublin 24 girl, Shauna, is started to get lit up.
Yeah, certainly some red marks there. She comes from a good striking pedigree herself. She'll be very used to those leg kicks, very conditioned for them. But she's now burying those braids into the head of Dakota, holding this position. Stadnicki, the referee in there, might call for a bit more action, but now they're tussling for position once again.
Yeah, both looking for a little trip there. Oh, nice knee to the body. Follows it up.
Look at the way she made space for that connection. You could see the breath go in from Shauna Bannon. And once again, they clinch.
Bannon right in her corner where the sage Patty Houlihan can feed her advice.
And Bannon is able to hold her here. That is one thing that's impressive. You can see she's got some strength on her side. But can she do anything with it? Can she get it to the mat? Look for a little trip, maybe.
Right now, she's happy to be controlling Ditcheva.
And you can see Paddy Houlihan there was calling for her to try and take it down to the Shauna Bannon's left-hand side. Unbalance her, drop her to the mat that way.
But again, chopping knees to the thigh from Dakota, even with her back to the cage. I mean, this young lady knows how to throw a knee. Getting still pressure coming from Shauna Bannon, the SBG Dublin 24 fighter. As she forces Ditcheva's back up against the cage.
Very tight body clinch, Steve. Really is holding Dakota well, but again, as you said, the knees are still coming in.
Yeah, Dakota finds a little room, she makes a little space and then throws in the knees.
Oh, now they have space. Oh! Nice front kick there from Shauna, sorry. Now Dakota with the pressure against the cage. What can she? Oh.
Yeah, not much with that amount of time left. I mean, these two girls really evenly matched.
Very evenly matched, and it is again the clinch that is deciding these rounds, and it's what the judges see as more effective. The control from Bannon or those short knees from Dakota.
Well, my argument's always, you don't want your back against the cage. And if you can't get your back off the cage, you're not winning the fight.
We are going to see round number 3 here. And again, the conditioner that the athletes shouldn't surprise, but always does. The pace they set is phenomenal. And even that, it's hard to describe how grueling that cage wrestling is on both parties, to hold someone there and to try and break away. Very, very taxing as far as efficiency.
Moving into the 3rd round of a potential 5 here in this women amateurs flyweight title. Dakota Ditcheva in the pink and gray. Shauna Bannon in the black Nike Pro.
And again, that left leg being targeted by Dakota.
Circling to the left, Shauna Bannon.
Oh, tries to meet it with a straight right as well. Once again, they end up in this clinch position.
Oh, we're gonna try and...
Dakota could take the back here, Steve, if she can pull her head out the back.
Oh, wise to that with Shauna.
Yeah.
And now Dakota, I think, well, it's not often she's had the control up against the cage in these 3 rounds, so we'll see what she does with it here.
That knee, that is a wonderful knee. Look at how she arcs that into the midsection.
Still, look how composed and calm Shauna Bannon is.
And Bannon has tested herself at world level at amateur and proven herself there. So she's familiar with the level of fighter. But I've got to give credit to the matchmakers here, the fights they're putting on for these titles, because For the main card, we have 6 titles on the line, and from pro to amateur, every one of them are worthy title fights.
Absolutely, a nice roll through, and she's onto the back now as Shauna. Oh, Dakota scrambles, and now we're back into that familiar position of the Shauna Bannon pushing Dakota against the cage. Now Dakota turns it. Man, 2 young ladies with such Thai and kickboxing pedigree. We spent a lot of this fight right tight and close in the clinch.
That's what sometimes happens. Either they test their skills, or we see it sometimes 2 grapplers turn into a boxing match, and 2 strikers can turn into a grappling match. But this is both young ladies giving it 100%, trying to find openings, trying to break each other mentally and physically.
Nice knee shield up from Bannon, but
look at Dakota. She's controlled the arm around the back. That right arm has been tied up with her right arm around the back, and that's going to open up these headshots.
Beautiful technique there, forcing Shauna to turn.
And this is the most sort of significant strikes we've seen in these positions. When Shauna had it, she wasn't able to do this sort of damage to Dakota.
No, Dakota's throwing heavy shots with some intention.
And she's still got that arm wrapped up, which is why Shauna can't turn into her. So that right arm is now trapped, still trapped. But this has been an impressive round for Dakota.
And arguably the first clear-cut round of the contest so far.
Wow. That was a good statement within that. Bannon, though, has got to shake that off.
To be fair, it looks like she already has. This woman is as cool as a cucumber.
But that control against the cage came down to that little trick there. Dakota fed those long limbs around that right arm round, controlled Shannon's, and that left her open for head strikes, knees to the body again. And then impressive end to the round there from Dakota.
We got ourselves a fight here. Woohoo!
Yeah, this title is going to be earned for sure.
Without question, first of 6 amateur title fights tonight, and these ladies are setting the tone for hopefully what we can expect for the rest of the evening.
Well, it shows what these fights mean, what these titles mean, I should say. Because this is arguably one of the most important amateur titles you can win. Because look at the level, we've seen it throughout the day, throughout the night, and now coming into the main card here at UKFC 13. Oh, and Bannon coming out with that nice side kick. That taekwondo style. Oh, spinning heel kick as well.
And Bannon, as soon as she got the opportunity to close this, she did so.
Let's see what she can do from here now. That was an impressive start, coming out with those side kicks. Spinning attack as well. Now closed up against the cage.
Trying to pepper away with some shots here. I mean, you give Dakota, 2 inches and she's throwing a knee at you.
No, without doubt, she's the queen of making space and making you pay. But Bannon is as tough as they come, relentless as they come. And she wants this win. She doesn't just want the belt. She wants the win. She wants that O. She wants to be the lady that takes it from the rising star that is Dakota Ditcheva.
Well, we've seen this recipe before with Bannon pushing Dakota into the cage, controlling the position, but Dakota manages to break out. Holds the center of the cage now.
Oh, that right hand just missed. Oh, and there we go, Bannon looking for that takedown. Good reaction, good hips there from Dakota.
Bannon, going back to where her success has been for a lot of this fight, and that's when she's pressuring Ditcheva up against the cage, chipping away. Good Lord, these ladies, neither of them want to give position.
And Dakota might be able to take the back here if she can pop her head out from under that right arm of Shauna Bannon. But
Bannon turns back in. The educated crowd here screaming for knees for one of these.
She's looking to control that wrist again. She's feeding that arm around the back, trying to grab hold of it. This time the left arm of Bannon is the one she's targeting. Then let's see if she tries that again. Work for wrist control, feed it, and there you go, this position.
Bannon, though, wise to it this time, managed to free her arm.
But I bet she works for it again. What, she'll feed that left arm down to the wrist where you can control it further. And then once she traps it, Bannon did well though. There's more urgency in the escape there.
Well, I saw the look on Dakota's face was like she went into the gloves there or something. She didn't look happy for a moment.
But that knee to the belly there from Dakota, that was good as well. Feels like she's edging away with this now, Steve.
Yeah, it does feel like she's starting just to come into the ascendancy over the last couple of rounds. But we can't count out the...
I would never. I have witnessed Shauna Bannon do some incredible things on the world stage. And one of the things that impressed me, not just her skill set, her mentality. So every time there's another round, there's another chance.
3 more minutes, and we're going to crown ourselves a flyweight champion here at UK Fighting Championships.
Now you see a little bit of frustration in the talk there with Dakota and her coach Phil Turner. I think up against the cage, she's feeling a little bit trapped in some of those positions. When she's in front, she's got a plan. She tries to control the wrist, tie it around the back, and then use the free hands to cause damage and knees. You can see Paddy Houlihan wants to keep her fighter on her toes and wants, as she enters, to feed that right hand down the middle.
Well, here we go. Cage door closes. Final round here in the UK Fighting Championships Women's Flyweight Amateur Title bout. Dakota Ditcheva in the gray and pink camo, the Aspire fighter, taking on SBG Dublin's 24, Shauna Bannon, and we're in the final round.
We're in the final round and exchanging leg kicks. And again the clinch is in. This time Dakota turns early. Tie plum clinched. That's a big knee.
Dakota turning up the aggression now. Bannon taking a step back.
How tough is Bannon? Caught off balance there. She was showing some...
I think she actually wanted the clinch, which is why she just toyed that leg out, let Dakota take a hold of it, and then pulled her in. I'm not sure she wanted her back to the cage, but I don't think she wanted the distance.
I'm not sure. This is the position, especially in this important round, the 5th and final round. I think she might have been trying to time the right hand as she came in. But now Dakota, look at what she's doing.
That head control is horrible.
And those braids in the jaw there of Shauna Bannon.
Staying tight and sticky to her opponent, the chin, and that head pressure is horrible.
It really is trying to push her through that cage.
Absolutely, both these young ladies, though, showing they are truly mixed martial artists and not one-trick ponies. She's looking to try and control that arm again. Sneaks, she's got the back.
Up her back, let's see. Will Dakota look to drag her down to the mat? We know the gym that she's in now. You've got the wrestling prowess of the likes of Muhammad Mokayev, Marlon Jones, Liam McCracken, Aaron Robinson, Dean Garnett himself. Add to that the jiu-jitsu of Phil Turner. But there's the bread and butter of Dakota, those heavy knees. That has been a very important shot in this fight. When there's been little space, she's been able to make those knees pay.
Yeah, she could find room to land a knee between 2 sheets of paper. It's unbelievable. And again, controlling Bannon up against the cage, eating seconds away. Really interesting. It's going to be really interesting if this goes to the judges. First 2 rounds, last 3 rounds, probably Dakota, but...
Well, this is, it looks likely to go to the judges. This is something they're going to have to decipher, or they will have already deciphered, obviously, when they've handed their scores in. But for 2 strikers, the tail of this match has been the cage wrestling and the cage grappling.
Yeah, again, Dakota's ability to find space to land the knee is amazing. We've gone the distance. Dakota looks confident and happy.
I've got to say as well, Steve, if Dakota takes this title, Marlon Jones takes the bantamweight, Liam McCracken already has the featherweight.
Yeah, it could be an Aspire.
3 titles going back to Aspire, and Dean Garnett is well known for his coaching program over there that he's developed. He's running alongside some big educational institutions, working with the EMA, the English Mixed Martial Arts Association, and then to take 3 amateur titles back would be a little feather in the cap, just to say, look, maybe he knows what he's talking about.
Just maybe at the Aspire team, one of the they're easily one of the most talented amateur teams, and they're proving that. Phenomenal performance. Our MC, Mr. Lee Nicholson, is into the cage. Let's make this one official.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please show your appreciation for both athletes in the cage? Another fantastic bout that has gone a distance. And so we head to the judges' scorecards, where we have a unanimous decision for your winner. And now the UKFC Amateur Women's Flyweight Champion in the red corner, Dakota Ditcheva. And ladies and gentlemen, your appreciation for Shauna Bannon.